Burnt Toast, aka Young Burger Patty, Nobody Wants Beef, Impossible Burger. Now listen, man. It's been a while since I've made one of these videos. One, there's been nothing to talk about. Two, Pokemon boring as shit right now. But hopefully that all changes when the Isle of Armor comes out in 2 weeks. Bro, I get on Showdown, right? I hit the play button, right? I'm immediately greeted with Clefable, Corviknight, Toxapex, all these fat-ass mons. And my pool of wall breakers is dwindling. Melmetal's gone. They just banned Dracovish. All these strong Pokemon that would make the game more enjoyable to play are gone. Smogon's banning the wall breakers, but leaving the walls. So while the game might be more balanced, it's not fun anymore. To me. I don't enjoy that shit. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys don't either. VGC is boring as shit. So I haven't been playing the game. Because I'm not one to put myself through suffering on purpose, okay? Anyways, that's besides the point. Not really though, but it is, but it's not. The Isle of Armor comes out in 2 weeks, and today they dropped a trailer showing a whole bunch of stuff, giving us details on a whole bunch of Pokemon that we did not have details on before. And the first thing we need to talk about, people, is that the hidden ability starters are now out. That means Cinderace, Libero. That means Rillaboom with Grassy Surge. That means Inteleon with Sniper. This is great news because Rillaboom is going to be a really, really good Pokemon in general, especially in VGC. Especially with the new move that it gets. It gets like some priority grass move in Grassy Surge, or Grassy Terrain, I should say, which is pretty crazy. We already know about Scorbunny, Cinderace with Libero, and then of course, Inteleon with Sniper is going to be doing a lot of damage. But yeah, you can receive these Pokemon by having Pokemon Home and sending Pokemon to the Nintendo Switch version of Pokemon Home from Pokemon Sword or Pokemon Shield, and then you get on your mystery gift, and you should be able to download these 3 Pokemon. So I think that's really cool. Like I said, I'm all for shaking the game up. New things are gonna make the game, like, Pokemon needs to be updated constantly, otherwise it'll get too stale. So I'm glad that there's DLC coming out. I'm not sure when the Crown Tundra comes out. Probably what they say, like 3 months after the Isle of Armor. So that should actually be fine. That should hold us over. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about. The second thing I wanted to talk about, now this is crazy. Urshifu. We know about Urshifu already. They've told us that there's going to be 2 different versions, Single Strike style and Rapid Strike style. One's fighting in dark, one's fighting in water. Both of their moves do the same thing. Okay, so they have 2 signature moves. One is called Single Strike, Wicked Blow, excuse me. One is called Wicked Blow. The other one is called Surging Strike. So the dark type one has Wicked Blow. It's a single hit, and it always crits. Okay, so keep that in mind. It always crits. The second one, Surging Strikes, is a water type move, and it always crits, but it's a multi-hit move. So it's a multi-hit move that always crits, okay? Apparently, it says 3 strikes. So, one always crits and it's a single hit move. The other one always crits and it's a multi-hit move. On top of that, the ability, Unseen Fist. Unseen Fist lets you attack through Protect if your move makes contact. So you can attack through things like Protect, like Detect, and actually hit the Pokemon behind it. The combination of those 2 things is pretty crazy. I don't know if this Pokemon's going to be allowed in VGC. Hopefully it is. That's a VGC-ass Pokemon, obviously. A Pokemon that can hit through Protect is 100% a VGC-ass Pokemon. I'm hoping they allow it in VGC. I don't know if they will. You know how weird they are about legendaries and stuff like that. But I think that's really cool. We don't know the stats of this Pokemon yet. We can pretty much guarantee that it'll have sky-high attack, because most fighting types do. That's like their main draw. It's like rock types having high defense or steel types having high defense. Fighting Pokemon always have high attack, which makes sense. I guess we'll see. We will see, because this is crazy. Next up, we have Regieleki. Now, I don't like this name. I think Regivolt or Regizap or something like that would have been better. It is unique, I guess, but I just don't like how it rolls off the tongue. It's kind of a lot. It has a new ability called Transistor. I don't think they ever explained this ability in this post here, but it does get a new move. It gets a new move called Thunder Cage, and it seems to be a Fire Spin Magma Storm type of move. I'd say Magma Storm. It looks pretty crazy. If it's a signature move, it's probably going to be really strong. But basically, it's just a very strong electric attack that keeps people trapped for between 4 to 5 turns, and it does damage every turn. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully this thing is good. I don't really think any of the Regis are that great. Registeel was the most used one. Regirock is decent. Regice was pretty much never used. But hopefully this one's pretty good. I think it's cool that they're adding new Regis though. I never expected that. Speaking of new Regis, we have Regidrago. So this is a dragon type Regi. Dragon and electric? I didn't expect any of this. I don't think they gave us its ability either. I mean, we can see what it is, Dragon's Maw, but we don't know what it does. But it does have a signature move. It has pretty much a dragon type water spout or a dragon type eruption. So that's pretty crazy, just considering not a lot can resist this. Obviously, fairy types are immune, steel types resist it, but nothing else. Anything else will get hit by this and probably hit very hard. I'm wondering if this move is physical or special, because Eruption and Water Spout are both special. We don't really know this thing's stats or anything like that yet, so we don't know if it's physical or special. But either way, it's really cool that they're adding new stuff. It's a new Pokemon. Not like a new typing or anything, but it's a new Pokemon with a new ability and a new move. Wonderful. Incredible. Just wanted to throw in real quick, the Gigantamax version of Urshifu, its signature move is pretty much the same thing as, you know, the actual signature move when it's not Gigantamax. It can hit through Max Guard with that move, which is incredible. So I hope that Pokemon's available in VGC. Next up, we have some information on Gigantamax Venusaur. Not quite sure I like this design too much. It's got some big ass vines coming out of its booty pipe, and it's got, you know, the flower on its head grew to giant levels, and it's draped over its head like some dreads. Its signature move is pretty much the same thing as Charizard's, so they did this shit again. They did the same thing they did with the Galarian starters. All 3 of the starters have the same side effect on their attack. So Gigantamax Venusaur, it's the same thing as Gigantamax Charizard, except it's grass. That's it. Gigantamax Blastoise is the same way. I think this thing looks crazy. It has cannons everywhere. It's like a battleship. Oh my god. Like I said on my stream earlier, if Blastoise ever starts walking like a regular turtle, it can shoot water in every direction. It can't right now because it's standing upright, but he starts walking like a regular turtle again, and he has ammo for anybody in any direction. And once again, his signature move is the same as Charizard's and Venusaur's. He does water damage for 4 turns, just like Charizard does fire damage for 4 turns. I don't like that. I wish that it was unique, but whatever. That's cool. I don't think Blastoise will be very good regardless, just because he does take some setup to actually be useful. You probably need a Shell Smash or something before Gigantamaxing just to make use of him. But whatever, man. Now this is the part I don't like, okay? Galarian Articuno. Looks sick. It's a Psychic Flying type. It's not an Ice type anymore. I kind of wish that it was Psychic and Ice, but I do understand that it's a bird. But you don't necessarily have to be a flying type just because you're a bird. And one of these birds probably shouldn't be a flying type, but I digress. My main problem with these Galarian birds, right, is the lore. Look at this dumbass lore they gave us. Once every several decades, this migratory Pokemon appears in the Crown Tundra. For a long time, it was thought to be the same legendary Pokemon as the Articuno previously discovered in other regions. That's all I get, bitch? What the fuck does that mean? So it's not the Articuno that's in the other regions? Why is there just another Articuno in another region for no reason? Migratory, so it's not even there all the time. Is it from there? Is it from the Crown Tundra? Why are all 3 birds showing up at the same time? I just, don't give me the lore and say, yeah, man, we thought it was Articuno, but it's not. Like, It's Galarian Articuno, right? Did this thing not evolve from regular Articuno? How could these things both exist, but you have no reasoning for it? I hate that. I hate that about Pokemon. Do they not understand that lore is what immerses people in the game? With some good lore, I might actually take this shit a little more seriously. I might actually feel something when I see this Pokemon. They don't get that. Don't just tell me, hey man, yeah, Galarian Articuno, man, it has nothing to do with that other Articuno in Kanto. It's just, you know, like, what are you talking about? I need something, anything, please. For the love of God, Pokemon, please help me. Anyways, this Pokemon looks cool as hell. And the thing is, they say that it's not the Pokemon from Kanto, but it has a move that's a psychic move that can freeze. I think that's crazy, first of all, by the way. Freezing Glare is a psychic type move that can freeze you. It's a psychic move that can also freeze you. That shit is crazy. Now, this Pokemon looks cool. I'm not gonna lie. I do like the way it looks. I just wish that, for one, they gave me some better lore as to why it exists. And two, it was psychic and ice. I think that'd be so much cooler than it being a flying psychic type. On to Zapdos. Now, Zapdos looks fucking sick, and it's a fighting flying type. If it was fighting electric, that would be so much better, man. I didn't even talk about Galarian Articuno's ability competitive. That's incredible. If they allow this in VGC, that's incredible. A psychic flying type, I'm sure it's gonna have high special attack. It has competitive, so it's, you know, its special attack will get boosted anyways. Galarian Zapdos has Defiant. So you intimidate this thing, it's gonna be powerful. It's 100% gonna be super fast and super strong. You can tell just by looking at it. You can tell just by looking at it. It gets a new move called Thunderous Kick. I don't get it. Why can't he be an electric type if he has a move called Thunderous Kick? Why does Articuno have a move that can freeze you if it's not an ice type? Just make it an ice type. Just make him an electric type. Make him fighting an electric. That's way cooler than fucking fighting and flying. That's way cooler. He looks just like the other Zapdos. Zapdos looks the way he does because he's an electric type. Why do you look the way you look if you're not an electric type, if you didn't evolve from the previous Zapdos? It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. Anyways, so this move is really cool because it's a fighting type move, probably from an incredibly high attack stat. Hopefully this move is actually, if this move is like base 80, 100 accuracy and lowers defense, then it's really good. Because you can't switch into that. You'll switch in, get your defense lowered, and he'll kill you with something else. But yeah, Thunderous Kick lowers defense. I think that's amazing. Hopefully it has high accuracy or something. Now, Galarian Moltres. Dark and flying, but it has flames all over its body. Dark and fire would have been so much cooler. Damn it. Anyways, this Pokemon has the ability Berserk, so that's also crazy. Because Berserk raises your special attack when you reach a certain amount of HP or something like that. I forgot. And his signature move is Fiery Wrath. In this dark type special move, the Pokemon transforms its Wrath into a fire-like aura to attack. It may also make opposing Pokemon flinch. So it's stronger Dark Pulse. It's Dark Pulse with a higher chance to flinch or something like that. It has to have some advantage over Dark Pulse, because I'm sure this Pokemon can learn Dark Pulse. So it has to be better than Dark Pulse in some way. It's either going to be stronger or have a higher flinch chance. There's no... It's obvious. It might even have both. Who knows? But it's Dark Pulse. Stronger Dark Pulse or better Dark Pulse. Which is boring as fuck once again. You gave it Dark Pulse. Sick, bro. Now, for me, this is the most interesting Pokemon of this DLC so far. Galarian Slowbro. As you can see, the Cloyster bit its arm and not its tail. So it has like a cannon on its arm. It can shoot poison out of that cannon. Because he is a poison and psychic type. He has a new ability called Quick Draw. They didn't explicitly explain what Quick Draw does, but it sounds like, to me, it'll allow you to go first sometimes. If that's the case, if it's like a built-in Quick Claw, quick draw, quick claw, then I'm not sure I like that. Just because, you know, we need less RNG, but they're giving us more. But I digress. I still think this Pokemon is really cool. I do. It has a new move called Shell Sidearm, and it's a poison type move, and it hits on the defensive side that would do more damage to it. For example, if you had more defense than special defense, it would become a special attack and hit on the special side. I'm pretty sure it'll go off the stat that, you know, I don't know if this is, oh, it's a special move, okay. I'm pretty sure it'll go off the special stat from Slowbro, but the damage it does will be based on which defense you have that's lower. So it'll take that into consideration. If you have high special defense, it'll hit on the physical side. It's similar to Psystrike in that case, in that regard. So I think that's really cool. I think this Pokemon's cool. It has a cannon on its arm like Samus, like Mega Man. I think that's really cool. Next up, we have new features added in the Isle of Armor. So the Cramomatic doesn't really matter. I want to get to the important stuff. New tutor moves. Completely new tutor moves will also be available on the Isle of Armor. You can have your Pokemon learn these moves in exchange for Armorite or a substance that you can find on the Isle of Armor through max raid battles and other means. So some of these moves are really cool. Some of these moves are really, really cool. First move, Burning Jealousy. Now this move is crazy. It hits all opposing Pokemon and burns all opposing Pokemon that have their stats boosted. This is really, really crazy because in VGC, as we all know, max moves raise stats. They raise stats or they lower your stats. They lower your opponent's stats or they raise your own stats. So if people are over here spamming shit, you know, that steel move that raises your defense or the ground move that raises your special defense, I use this move and both Pokemon on the other side of the field are burned now. I think that's an amazing move. That's crazy. Grassy Glide. Grassy Glide, listen to this. Listen to this shit. Grassy Glide is a new grass type move that can be taught starting with this expansion. This move has high priority when used on grassy terrain. What? A priority grass move. With grassy terrain only, but grassy terrain will boost the power of it. I'm sure the Pokemon that get it will have some kind of stab. It's going to be a really strong move. Priority Grass in general is really nice because now you can hit water types, ground types. What else is weak to grass? Is that it? Water and ground? That can't be it. I think that's it. Is there nothing? Oh, rock too. Oh my god. You can hit these Pokemon with priority grass moves super effectively. I think that's really cool. I really do. They also added a new item, Max Soup. Max Soup lets you actually get a Gigantamax Pokemon out of a regular Pokemon. So say you have a regular Charizard, you can give it this Max Soup and now it'll be able to Gigantamax. Last but not least, they revealed a new character, Peony. Is that his name? Peony? He's not in the upcoming DLC, he's in the Crown Tundra, but he's there. Upon arriving in the Crown Tundra, you'll encounter Pony, who has brought his daughter along on an adventure to find the truth behind tales of legendary Pokemon in the area. Listening isn't his strongest suit, and his bold behavior draws plenty of attention, but he has a kind side and plenty of affection for his daughter. There you go. Anyways, that's about it. Just wanted to talk about this stuff real quick. Yeah, man, there's a lot going on. You know, I live in LA, so the riots and the protests have been pretty crazy. I hear sirens literally all day long. Shit's real crazy right now. Coronavirus. It's not a good time. So hopefully I can give you guys some content. I'm working on a lot of music right now, which is why I haven't been uploading. I'm trying to get stuff done just for you guys. You know, I always do it for you guys at the end of the day. But yeah, so crazy times. Very crazy times. Never thought it's just all at once too. All at once, just craziness. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and bounce. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you. I'll be back with some kind of video at some point. I stream a lot. Follow me on Twitch. Yeah, man. Go ahead and get up out of here. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe. Bye!
hard when set the beat off flow. Whoa.